Picture this. It's championship point. The server tosses the ball, a yellow blur hanging in the air for just a split second, and in a flash, 130 miles an hour of raw power is coming right at you. The entire stadium is holding its breath. But here's the secret. The match isn't going to be won by the server. Nope. It's decided by you on the other side of the net, coiled like a spring, about to solve a physics problem that's moving at the speed of a bullet. This is the return of serve, and I'm telling you, it's the most important shot in tennis. Let's break down why.
Murat Safin just nails it here, right? He perfectly captures what it feels like to face an all-time great serve. It looks like pure chaos, just superhuman reflexes and a desperate scramble to stay alive in the point. But what if I told you that underneath all that frantic running, there's a hidden science, a tactical blueprint that the best players in the world use to turn defense into a deadly weapon? Well, today, we're going to decode that blueprint.
For decades, we've all heard it. You're only as good as your second serve. The ace is the ultimate weapon. You know the drill. Well, that's the myth. The reality? The return is the single most underrated, most decisive shot in the entire game. It's where matches are truly won and lost. Think of it like a conversation. The return is your immediate answer, and it sets the tone for everything that follows. So let's get into it.
So, where does a world-class return even begin? Forget about your hands for a second. Forget the racket, the swing, all of it. It all starts from the ground up. The real secret isn't in your strings, it's in your shoes. We're talking about the hidden engine that powers the entire shot, your feet and your stance. This right here, this is the core of the professional mindset. See, most club players think of the return as a reaction. The ball comes, you swing. But the pros, they see it as a proactive choice. Your stance isn't just how you're standing there waiting. It's your first move in a high-speed game of chess. It is a geometry problem that your feet solve before your hands even get involved.
And look, there's no single correct way to stand. It's all about having different tools for different jobs. Are you trying to defend against a cannon, or are you looking to attack a soft second serve? The two main building blocks are the open stance and the neutral stance, and each one gives you a totally different biomechanical advantage.
Okay, first up, the open stance. This is your emergency button. When a massive serve kicks you way out wide and you have zero time to prepare, this is your go-to. Your feet are basically parallel to the baseline, which means you can't really step into the ball. So where does the power come from? It's all about pure explosive rotation, coiling and uncoiling your torso like a spring. This is where you see those compact block returns, and it's a lifesaver when you're on defense.
Now, let's flip the script. Let's talk about attack. With the neutral stance, your feet are more perpendicular to the net, which lets you drive your body into the court. This is all about creating forward or linear momentum, moving your body weight through the ball. You see a weaker second serve floating in? This is the stance you use to step in, crush an aggressive return, and take control of the point from the very first shot. It's a statement of intent.
So, if the open stance is for defense and the neutral stance is for attack, what do the pros use most of the time? Well, they use the hybrid, the semi-open stance. This thing is like a master key. It unlocks everything. It gives you the best of both worlds. You get that rotational power, but you also get the stability to drive forward. It's crazy versatile, and it lets players disguise what they're going to do until the very last second. It is the true universal weapon on the return.
Okay, so we've got the foundation laid out. Your stance is your opening move. But what happens when you combine that rock-solid foundation with truly elite athleticism? What's the move that just completely breaks the game? What's checkmate?
Well, the answer is this, the hardcourt slide. Now, this move was basically perfected by Novak Djokovic. For years, everyone thought you could only do this on a clay court, but bringing it to hard courts has completely redefined what is physically possible in tennis. It is the ultimate weapon for a returner.
And let's be really clear here. This is not just about sliding to get to a ball. It's about weaponizing physics. It's a super controlled breaking technique that lets a player slow down, get stable, hit the ball from a perfect position, and then recover faster than you ever could with normal steps. It literally turns a defensive emergency into an offensive opportunity.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the actual data. A really cool study from the National Institutes of Health looked at elite players and found that using the hardcourt slide cut down the time it took to hit and recover by a staggering 10% on short-distance returns. Now, in a game decided by milliseconds, 10% is an absolute eternity.
This chart just lays it all out, crystal clear.
For those really tough, wide serves, the time savings are a massive 10%. But look, even on longer distance returns, the slide is still 7% faster. So what does that actually mean? It means more time to get back in position, more time to prepare for the next shot, and it just puts so much more pressure on your opponent. It's a real, measurable advantage.
So what kind of athletic superpower does this take? Well, that same NIH study broke it all down. And it's not magic. It's a very specific set of trainable skills. You need explosive speed, like a quick 10-meter sprint. You need amazing hip mobility, specifically the ability to move your leg away from your body to get into that low slide. You need incredible reactive strength in your braking leg. Think of it like absorbing and redirecting a huge amount of force. And finally, you need dynamic stability. That's the ability to recover your balance almost instantly.
Okay, the hard court slide is incredible. I get it. But most of us aren't Novak Djokovic, right? So how can we, as regular club players, actually apply these high-level ideas to our own games without, injuring ourselves? Let's build your personal return blueprint.
And this is the most important part. The goal is not to just copy him. It's to understand the principle behind what he's doing. You don't have to master the slide. You just have to adopt the mindset behind it. A mindset of being efficient, of being prepared, and being proactive with your feet. It's about thinking like a pro, even if you can't move exactly like one.
So here are 3 simple mindset shifts that I promise will transform your return. First, start thinking of your feet as the hero of the shot. They do all the hard work. Second, stop just standing there. Choose your stance with a purpose. Open for D, neutral for O. Be intentional. And third, and this is a big one, banish the lunge. Great footwork is about a series of quick, small, balanced steps. Lunging just kills your balance, your power, and your recovery.
All right, let's put this into practice. Here's a super simple drill. Just start at the center tee on the baseline. Have a friend or a ball machine feed you a wide ball. Your only goal is to get there using those small, quick adjustment steps. No lunging allowed. Just focus on feeling balanced when you hit the ball and then being explosive as you recover back to the middle. That feeling right there, that's the foundation for everything.
At the end of the day, the return of serve is so much more than just a shot. It's a statement. It's your immediate answer to your opponent's opening question. It can say, "I'm scared," or it can say, "I'm in charge here." By understanding the science of your footwork, your stance, and your movement, you get to decide what that answer is. So the only question left is, what will your next return say about you? Hey, if this explainer helps you think about your game a little differently, do me a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into tennis strategy.